Relationship 360. Olumide is in the building. Karina also has been instituted by Olumide as our co-anchor. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good, yes. As a co-anchor, what do you have to say?
I'm having a blast.
Okay, great. Don't forget, we are taking your questions and answers. Anything relating to relationship is what we are doing on the show today. An opportunity for everybody to have a say on the program. We're trying to get through to a guest who will be sharing some very vital, contribution to our program this morning. And we've been trying to reach out. You know how this is. But I'll take this question from somebody here on WhatsApp that says, he says, I was introduced to this beautiful lady. I fell in love with her, but she's neither educated nor have a skill. I talked to her about it several times to learn a skill, but she keeps working in clubs and bars. And so recently, in a recent altercation, I insulted her with it. So she cried and broke up with me. But deep inside of me, I really want her back.
Reported. What about conversation? We bring it. And why are you talking to me then? Sport, current affairs, and more. You sure can count on us. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Oh wow. So Zeta did this one to me. No wahala. Zeta, don't forget you're Zeta and Feta. No wahala. But I'll continue with that question. It says, but deep inside of me, I really want her back. But she keeps saying if she marries me one day, I'll say the same thing in front of her kids. So it's better if she leaves now. Barrister, please, what should I do in this situation? Anonymous from Lekki.
Please marry within your social class. It will be frustrating to marry someone that you will now be trying to train and already is untrainable. Why don't you go within your own class? You are saying she's in nightclubs and all that, and of all that is your choice, then you have no right to complain in future whatever you meet in there. Marry within your class. Don't go marry below your class. There will be insecurity. Before you know, you will say, can't you even think? There would be, please just marry within your class. I think it's lazy to go below, and I don't know. That's my advice.
Okay.
It always frustrates. It always leads to frustration. When you are trying, your marriage is a training process trying to bring somebody to your level. Just go for your level straight. Go for an educated person. You say a skill or talent. Why don't you get somebody who has it already? But she prefers to work in a club. But that is the problem we have. You just decide this is the one I want. I wish you all the best.
All right, can we talk to her?
Yes, we have our mystery guest
Mystery
online.
guest?
Good morning,
Okay.
ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank God.
Thank you for accepting to do this 5-minute interview, narrating your story with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, could you just briefly, give us a brief about the summary of your marriage and what happened?
My marriage, I got into the marriage, I can say I was just to marry again. I told all my friends that I got married and I needed to get into one. So I met the man 4 months into our relationship, we got married. And I saw the attempt to change.
You saw
I saw all the things that is happening to me now. But at the time I got married, he was jobless. He told me he's a businessman, things to get better. He's extracting money from people, some things like that. But I love the things to get on, and I was putting value to myself that I should support my man or all that. But I found out that the things were not changing, I was not doing anything. And at the same time, I was not appreciative. He abused me, at the time, we didn't have pretty concerns. So I started this song of looking for baby. I was doing everything all alone, money going about and all that. So along the line, I discovered he has another wife somewhere.
He had another wife. Was it before or after he married you?
After he married me, I discovered that after I married him, then I already had my baby. And I discovered he had outside for just 6 months. My baby was just 6 months older than the baby. So it was not like, that's because I saw the baby that I looking for another one. Not that I've already got in my own mind going about doing that. So since then, since I've not been on fire, trying to destroy me, all those ones. So I don't feel like this marriage is all working. It's not working at all. So I just put that for myself into such.
So let me ask you a question. How many years has the marriage been?
About 23 years now.
23 years. Has he had a job in 23 years?
No. It's just business and business and not any money that I've seen them.
Has he provided for you in 23 years?
No.
So you are the one feeding, clothing. How about housing?
Yeah.
Hello?
Are you there?
Oh, wow. Hello?
I think it's
Network.
You have to read down, right?
Yes. Nigeria now at times network is a spiritual matter.
That one you can call it spiritual.
Network is a spiritual matter. Now we have to appease network. Let's see if it will go. Hello, ma'am. Yeah, I think it was network. So I asked the question, what about accommodation? So you have been accommodating him for 23 years?
For about
so he's expecting money. I'm afraid to ask, please, who paid for the wedding? Whether it was a small church where you paid for your own wedding, that means you also assisted with your own bride price. Okay. How many children does he have outside now? So he contracted another marriage while you were feeding him. In fact, maybe it's the money you were giving him. He used to marry another woman.
That was why the trouble started. Because when I discovered I cannot continue to finance fees and price. God knows that you use my money to marry another woman. Because you're not working, you're not providing any money, especially my money. And in that free access to my money, you can take my ATM, you can do whatever with my money. You just call me, I have one project, can you send me your letter about it?
But why did you put yourself, okay, when you found out that he had secretly married another woman, didn't you talk to anybody?
I talked to people, actually went down to the church, everybody, I just said, you're married. I was going to get married, every day I married the other woman. You're married like that, you don't have to keep it because of your child.
Are you kidding me?
Don't say whatever it means to marriage.
Don't they know that it is illegal to be married to two women at the same time? You married
because you married together, you don't marry another person.
But they had children. But they had children outside.
Yeah, you need to go and see whether man and I see them on Facebook going to parties together, you know.
But wait, what time does he have?
So my son is and I'm telling you what is that? You know, she continues to get
So I can't even. For 23 years you've been with it. So what's the situation now?
The situation now, wanted divorce, and I said divorce. I didn't want to now.
Please, let me just ask. Your house. In what name did you buy the house? Is it your name on the? Is you? It is well. Thank you very much for. So he's not leaving the house. Let me say, is he leaving? What is he saying? This is well. Thank you very much. We don't have a lot of time. Thank you very much for sharing, and we're going to see Abby. No problem. It is well. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for sharing with people. All right. Bye now. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we share some of these stories is for you to learn. I have given repeatedly 7 traits you cannot marry, and one of the traits is a jobless man. For 23 years, this woman fed, clothed, and accommodated a man that is not really a man. Because what makes you a man is provider, protector. Even if it is pure water he's selling, even if it is just bring the 10 naira to the table. Now look at, he wants to claim a house. That is what I did not even respond to her when she was reaching out to me. Said someone said give her. I did not want to, because I was like, I'm tired of saying this. Women, you lose gallantly. You are the one that loses the most. So you should listen the most. She was 35 and all her friends were married, and that was the pressure she put herself under to take anything that. See, marriage is not a life's accomplishment. It is a status. It does not come with a political position. It does not come with an increment in salary. It does not even come with what? Does it come with an official car? Does it come with a new house? It is just a status. I got married at 42. My wife was 41. It's not how long. Is it written on my head? It is just that I am married. I want to also, let me tell you something. If the sun wants to play the role of the moon, and the moon wants to play the role of the sun, what happens? We have an eclipse. It's either a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. What happens when we have an eclipse? The effect of the sun weakens and the effect of the moon weakens, and the stars are nowhere to be seen. In the home where the father wants to be the mother and the mother wants to be the father, what happens? You have an eclipse. I call it a social eclipse. When this happens, the effect of the father is not felt, the effect of the mother is not felt, and the children suffer the most. Let us stop this eclipse, this social eclipsing of marriages and relationships. Let me not say more than that. Let's go on to the phone lines, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Moses.
First, I would say this. Number one, you focus everything. Everything difficult to say our life will be fine. Secondly, the truth is that people know most times, I used to say, women choose their husband, but then their man is what they die. If that woman never liked that man in the beginning, he will have never chased him. He will have never even given him a chance. He likes wrong people for wrong reasons. If a woman is doing well, he can never like a man that is hardworking but has nothing. He would like a man that maybe is graduate, does this, looking that,
Mr. Moses, I want to disagree with you on certain levels. Yes. No, because the woman, the men are the ones that approach the women, right? Listen, sir. Listen, sir. Let me tell you something. Okay. Are you done? Okay. I don't agree. Because several situations lead us into marriage. Number one, she said she was 35 and she felt that
Where's that coming from? Check it out.
you know, some people feel they are too old. I have a client who just wanted to get out of the house because the house was abusive. So the next man that came, whether good or bad, she just went. People marry for different reasons. So you don't put it saying that are the women the ones that propose to the men, although it happens in some. But you now want to heap the blame on the gender that they are the cause of. No, because men are also suffering this. I don't agree with you. And when you now start saying you put God in everything, if I'm to murder someone, would I put God? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I commit murder? No, you don't put God in. God is holy. Please let us put him sacred. You don't put God with tomatoes. You don't put God in okra soup. You know, you bless it. You don't put God in all that. Please. God is holy. God is sacred. Let us give him some respect.
All right, this one here on WhatsApp says, "Good morning, Feta and Barr Olumide. Happy New Month." Happy New Month to you too. My name is Eniolanini from Lagos State. I have a question. I'm having my wedding next month. How should couples share responsibility amongst themselves? She's saying it's 80 to 20. I want your candid opinion, sir.
Absolutely, there is no formula. If you are looking for a marital formula, there is none. There is none. I don't have a marital formula. Whatever is with me, I provide. Whatever is with her, she provides. What if you say 50-50 and I don't have up to 50? Does that make me a bad husband? No. There's no formula, man. That is why you be with someone you can plan with. I have 50,000. This is my salary. Let me take 10,000 for transportation. You know, you combine. There's no formula.
This is like Karina wants to say something.
Madam Karina.
Yes, I actually agree. There's no formula. What works for one might not work for the other.
So when I wanted to get married, people were saying, you have to open joint account. I don't have any joint account. She has her account, I have my account. You know, when I want to transfer at times, she knows my password to my whatever you have. So, you know, it's not even, there's no formula. Some people will never let the wife see the account balance. It depends on the kind of woman you are married to. Some women, you can't allow them see your money because that's when wahala will start. I want to buy a new kinishi. You could have the money. You know, you know the kind. So it's very important to know the kind of woman you marry before you marry and start complaining.
We have this person was Tosin Ubulay on the line. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm fine. It's your favorite caller. From Doha to Manchester.
Oh, Tosin, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
How you catch up with our program with time difference is amazing. Are we on the same timeline now?
No. So UK is actually 1 hour behind of Nigeria.
Wow, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. So let me just go quickly. You said something that there is no formula when it comes to responsibilities. I have this friend in the UK, they are married, and the husband feels that the husband and wife, they should share the responsibilities, but the wife believes that no, you should take 100% of it, right? And they've been married for 7 years now. So the question I have is it okay for the husband to take 100%, or in the time we live in now, especially in a country like the UK where you have to share responsibilities and all of that, do you think it is fair that the wife is saying husband take 100%, or do you think this should be proportionately shared somehow?
How can someone take the entire burden when he is not Jesus Christ? How can someone take the entire burden of a marriage? Except you are a billionaire, you are born into a wealthy family. But, you know, things are not like that. What I believe absolutely is that if you are going to marry a woman, then that means you have a house that you are going to put her in. You cannot go and take her from her father's house and not have a house that you intend to. So accommodation, the man must provide accommodation.
Right.
That one is. That is.
I also asked her that, did you have these conversations before you got married? How long did you date? I mean, based on how you usually say
100%.
And
So,
she said that they dated for 5 years before they got married. And as she saw all of these things, she saw that he has this sort of patriarchal mentality. You have to be like totally submissive, 100%, whatever I say you do, you know, that kind of thing. And now it's just, and it seems as if their marriage is hitting a rock gradually.
why would it not? If anything happens to the man's job, if he loses his job, then what happens? During COVID, 4,000 people lost their jobs just in the financial sector, in the banks alone. If he loses, what will now happen? Does that mean the marriage is over? You cannot. Of what use is a helper when you have nothing to help out with? In this economy.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Bingo, welcome to the show. You can go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
What is there again? The people of Nigeria, like police said, that they are because of the problem that you have said that you went to CID, you know they are calling you, and you say that when you turn your car in the presence of house of rest, so that the place which works on, they are the one who is to enforce the law. Some marriages in the state to sector, they will say family matter. So we need to work on that side. But Nigeria, those people arguing with you, why? This is what I want to say this morning. Good morning.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
You can argue, everybody has a mouth. I mean, but everybody's totally entitled to your opinion. Good morning. How are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing?
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
God Almighty be with you.
Amen.
For
Amen.
wonderful job you have done for the Nigeria company.
Amen.
Those people who have cared to you, if they are not, let them be good. But continue to do your job. And God continue to bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. You can go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Olumide Kayode-Omosebi.
You're welcome.
I thank you, Barrister, for what you are doing. You are doing a great job.
Thank
Like
you.
this morning, when the lady was like, I experienced a 23 years old, I was just checking this because, like, was he talking about my husband? I married him, and it's like, it's so difficult. I don't even know the password. If he wants to go to ATM with me, he has to block the account. All the money sit down, he does not have money. You even go to the extent of going to my family member to collect money from them without me knowing, bringing disgrace to myself, bringing disgrace to the children. We are owing kids, we cannot pay out rent. 5 years, we are owing out rent. And you know, at a point, I just said to myself, I did a lie. I have to leave the home. He started telling people that I left him because he had no money. I said, fine. But now, I had the courage when I started listening to you 5 years ago. I am able to settle on my own.
Wow.
Children that God has given unto me. I am doing well. I'm educating different. He told me I should not be doing this because men will be looking at you. When you are having at the party, they will look at you. They will look at you. Don't do this different. I don't thank God. I took the courage. The church was not there for me. I was a religious person. I believe I have to go through church for everything. But now, I am standing on my own. And I know God. And I ask God. And I say my prayer.
Wow. I celebrate you, man. Thank you. Oh, wow. Jeez. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. I didn't know when I started ringing the shells. Let me see. There is a problem when you are. Listen, I don't marry jealous men and jealous women. People that would say they don't want people to be looking at you. Why would I marry a woman and men will not be looking at you? Then what did I marry? Did I marry a masquerade? Is it, am I carrying a sacrifice? Is she an abomination? Didn't I see her outside first? Abi, how did I even marry her? Wasn't it by sight?
She appeared.
But you can go out and other women will see you, Abi, but they cannot see you. But what that is she an abomination? I shop for my wife. As in, even to the cream she buys, she wears. My wife cannot dare leave the house not looking good. It is not possible. It is not possible. She knows. My daughters, all of them know you have to dress properly. I told you one of my neighbors had to come and meet me that the way your wife do, the women nowadays. And I used to wonder at that man because
was he advising you?
He was telling me that the way he knows my wife is beautiful, but the way men of nowadays, you can't trust men. I say I can't trust you yourself because the eye that you are taking to look at my wife now. Please, that is why I put her on display. What happens now is that the more I do that, the more I make her unavailable to men. She's now emotionally unavailable to men. But when you stifle her, then another man just comes and just tells her, you look good. You now make her available emotionally to another man. But when you make your wife know you take care of her. When people look at her, it is not her they will respect, it is you. They'll say, your husband is doing a good job. I drive a Honda Accord. She cannot drive the same car I drive. Her car has to be better than mine. No, because will her car be breaking down on the road and some people will not. No, her car has to be better. She drives an SUV. I drive. I don't know why did you marry her when you are to colonize her? You are not to. You are to make her better. She is to make you better. And when you do that,
the phone lines are buzzing.
Oh yeah,
so many questions
let's go, please.
WhatsApp, but I'll just quickly take this question because we're going to break very soon, very shortly. This person says, please, I need your advice. I'm in love with a lady from another tribe, but my parents doesn't seem to agree with me marrying from another tribe because of the distance when it comes to visiting her family for celebration and all. You answer that question when we come back from